Okay, hey everyone. Hi. Happy New Year in advance. Merry Christmas. I still see a lot of people joining, so we're gonna let everyone else join in first. Hey AJ, Amika, Emmanuel, Godwin, Jackson, Jamilu. Oh, Jamilu, hey. Joel, or is it Joel? Calvin, Theon, Ludu. Sorry, there's so many of you still joining. Hi. Hey. Hey Zoran, hey Sumit, hi Stuart, hey Robin, hey Paul, hey Regidor, hey Oma. Okay, this thing is still moving, like the attendance list is still moving a lot, so I think there's still a lot of you joining. We're just gonna give everyone like a minute or two, and then we'll start the webinar. Hey, hi Jay, hi Oma, hi Paul, hi Moses. Yes, Merry Christmas to you too. Merry Christmas. Okay, so I see the attendance is kind of slowing down already. That's good. People are settling in. Hi. Hey, hey. Okay, so today's webinar is going to be goal setting. That means today's webinar is mindset. I think this is super, super important. People take this for granted in trading all the time. I have to say that I did, hey, I love how a lot of you still remember me as Bob. Thanks, Moses. Thanks, Zoran. Okay, so I think mindset is so important. So my first ever trading course that I paid a lot of money to attend, the speaker or the trainer was actually telling me that, oh, if it was my choice, the first thing I would teach you guys is mindset, but we don't have that kind of time. That's why I'm teaching you guys technical analysis instead. So actually, before you even move into the technical side of trading, you should work on your mindset first. Get your mindset intact, get it into that winning attitude, like get it to that winning attitude, and then when you already know what you want from trading, then you start trading. I know like a lot of people are like impatient, they want to start trading, they want to start making money, but trust me, without the mindset you are not going to make money. Trust me, I've been trading for years now, and my first 6 months in trading, I think I almost lost all of my savings ever because I didn't have my mind in the right place. I didn't have a plan. I didn't have a lot of things. So I think today's webinar is important, especially for those who have not or who are still not seeing success in trading. Don't worry, because when I started, I was losing. I changed my mindset. I changed a lot of little things, and eventually I just became a very profitable trader. Okay, so you don't have to worry if you are not profitable yet. Guys, don't even worry about it, man. Seriously. If you're not even profitable yet, just remember like 90% of people in trading are not even profitable. And that I have to say, because 90% of people didn't get the proper training and didn't get the proper mindset, didn't get the proper whatever it is. Okay, so today's webinar is very important. Okay, so as usual, disclaimer, we have to start with a disclaimer. Hey, I still see more people joining. For those who just joined, welcome. Okay, I'll introduce myself in a bit. Disclaimer, any information shared in this webinar should not be construed as trading advice. Is education material only. Whatever I shared with you guys is all my experience. Okay, this is not a signals group, it's not a forecasting group. The whole point of these webinars brought to you by IC Markets is so that you guys can improve in trading. Basically, we all want you to grow your accounts, make a lot of profit. That's the whole point of these webinars. Okay, before I continue, I just want to double check. I do know you guys can hear me because I see people responding to me. Okay, so obviously you guys can hear me. I just want to check if you guys can also see the screen. I am on the disclaimer page right now. So, okay, thank you, Oma. So you can see the screen, you can hear me clearly. That's great. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Moses. Thank you. Oh, hey, Desiree, haven't seen you in a while. Thank you, Georgie. Thank you, Jamilu. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Moses. Okay, cool. Everyone is good with a disclaimer. I'm so tempted to ask where everyone is from, but like I try my best to squeeze as much in today's webinar because I think today's webinar is so important. Like mindset is so important. So I'm going to introduce myself. For those who don't already know me as Bob, my name is actually Cassandra. You can call me Cass. So I'm an investment analyst at Everest Fortune Group, which is an award-winning research firm here based in Singapore. Okay, I am a prop trader. I am a MyForex fund and a FTMO. Oh, my FTMO is spelled with a small. Okay, doesn't matter. FTMO funded trader. I passed these prop trading tests about 6 times already. I'm on my 7th one, and I specialize in technical and analysis, which I will be sharing at the end of the webinar. Okay, so for those who don't know what these FTMO or MyForex fund is, it's basically prop trading test that requires the trader to do 8 or 10% profit within a month without having 5% drawdown. So I've passed this 6 times already. I'm currently taking my 7th test. I'm on a break right now because it's December and Christmas, New Year's time. This is the time where the market has very little volume. So it's not the best time to trade. Oh, okay, Australia, New Zealand, Germany. Thank you, Kelvin. Hey, Diana. Yes, long time no see. Okay, so I'm on my 7th test right now. So this test comes in 2 parts. So the first phase, you need to do 8 or 10%. Once you pass that part, you go into the second phase and they test you again one more time to see if you are really profitable, and you have to do 5% the second time. And this is all within a month, okay? So 1 month, 30 days, you kind of have 22 working days. So you only have 22 trading days to make this 8 to 10% or the 5%, whatever it is. So I'm currently on my 7th test. I just passed phase 1. I am now currently at phase 2. I am 1% in profit. I still have like 20 days left, I think. I'm 1% in profit. Hopefully I pass so that I can change this to pass 7 times. Okay, so whatever I share with you guys today is basically how I got to be a profitable trader and how I managed to pass these tests 6, hopefully 7 times. And I have to say it's really mindset. Like I am not like as fairy tale as it sounds. It really is mindset. Technical analysis to me is the last thing that you should be focusing on, because you guys are here every week learning about technical analysis, right? I have to say, like, this 1 hour webinars that with you guys, technical analysis is not even the hardest thing. I'm sure there's a lot of people here who are like engineers or like blah blah blah. Okay, I myself, I was a law graduate, so when I learned technical analysis for the first time, I'm just like, okay, trend line, support, resistance. It's not the hardest thing. You can ask a 7-year-old, and a 7-year-old will be able to draw the trend line for you, will be able to look for the support resistance for you, will be able to look for the doji for you. Okay, so technical analysis is not difficult. It's just that it's a very wide topic. So it's a very broad topic that requires you to like go into research and remember stuff a lot and all of that. Okay, so technical analysis is the least of your problems when I think it comes to trading. I swear it's the least of your. The problem that you are going to face is discipline. It is, yes, that's right. It is psychology. It is telling yourself, okay, I'm going to get out of this trade when I lose X amount of money, but you don't get out because you are greedy. Okay, so that is the most important part. After I fixed that, I actually became profitable so fast. I passed my trading test one after another. I passed, I took the test, I passed again, I took the test, I passed again. Okay, so you need to work on your psychology first before anything. Seriously, that is so important. Okay, so what are your goals next year? Okay, so before you guys share with me what your goals are, I'm going to show you what my goals was last year. So my goal last year was actually to be funded $1 million from prop trading tests. Okay, so every time I take a test, they have different amounts of tests that I can take but I keep taking the $100,000 test because it's easier for me to count the lot size. Okay, so there's also a 200,000 one, there's also a 300,000 one, but I keep taking the 100,000 one. So I need to pass 10 times before I get funded $1 million. So up to today, December, I got funded 600,000. I'm not upset. I'm actually very happy. I didn't hit my goal, but the whole point of a goal is like you reach for the moon and then you land on the stars. Is that what the saying is? Okay, so I got funded 600,000, and I think that's okay for me, because if you think about why I wanted to get 1 million funding so badly, it's because $1 million, this is US dollars by the way, okay? $1 million in funding, let's say on a very conservative month, I do 2%. 2% of $1 million is actually 20,000 US dollars. 20,000 US dollars after profit sharing, which is 80% with the prop firms, I still get about I don't know what the math is. Wait, let me see. That's 16,000 US dollars. Honestly, for me, 16,000 US dollars on a very, very conservative month is like, it's so much for me, because I'm like, okay, I still have other things. I still have a job. I still have businesses running in the background. Trading isn't my full-time thing. It's just like extra income for me. So that's why I felt like 1 million funding was my goal. And I was like, I was thinking on a very, very conservative month, even just making 2%, I would have made 16,000 US dollars, which for an individual like me with a my lifestyle is very simple. Okay, I have a very, very simple lifestyle. I travel once every quarter. I work from home. I don't live a very luxurious life. That's a lot of money. So from that, whatever I make goes back into investment again. So it's just cash flow going into investment, and that goes into my future. It goes into my retirement. Okay, so that was my goal. So you guys kind of can, for those who don't already have a goal, you guys can kind of roughly have a goal or what you think you want from trading. How to clear FTMO challenge. Hey, Graham. Okay, that's totally fine. Good luck then. Okay, yeah, so like I said, whatever I'm sharing in this webinar is basically all my opinion only and from my experience, and I hope it helps you guys improve as a trader and grow your account. If it helps you grow your account and improve as a trader, and I'll be super happy. If it helps you in any way, then that'll be great. Goal makes you committed to this kind of stress. Yes, it does make you committed to this kind of stress. Okay, so why I think setting a goal is super important is also because so last year when I set this goal to have 1 million in funding, right? To have 1 million in funding. Actually, start of last year in February, I failed my first test. So I took my first test and I failed it. And it was very, very, very discouraging for me, because that was my first ever prop trading test, and I failed it. So I actually took a 1-month break. And that is the problem when you don't have your trading psychology intact, okay? Because if you are too emotionally attached to the outcome, it's very hard for you to reach your goal. Instead, the mindset I should have had is, okay, I failed. I'm supposed to go back, review, and see why I failed, and then from there be a better trader from my mistakes, right? Instead, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not doing great. Why am I not like, why did I not pass? I took a 1-month break from trading because I was so like emotionally damaged or whatever it is. Okay, so I know some of you are going through that for sure. Yes, I'm going through that. Okay, don't worry if you are going through that. How do you balance between work and trading without losing balance of one another? Okay, that's why I think trading strategy and having a plan is super important. That's a good question, Kevin. So I used to be one of those people, and I'm sure there's a lot of you like that here. There's close to 100 of you here today. I am very sure there's a lot of you who put on a trade and sits in front of your screen, or you take out your phone constantly checking if it hit your take profit or your stop loss. I am very sure there's a lot of you doing that. Okay, so Oh, okay. How do you remain profitable without losing your prop trading test? That's why the plan is very important as well. I'll come to that in a while. Okay, so don't do that. Now my trading style is so simple. I go on the chart. I spend 1 hour. I swear I spend 1 hour. I don't spend anything more than 1 hour. I spend more time doing these webinars for you guys than I do on the charts. Okay, so I spend 1 hour. I go look at different charts. I find my setup. It's also very easy for me now because I only trade XAU USD because I have been trading XAU USD for so much that I kind of recognize the characteristics of XAU USD. I kind of know what it's going to do before it does it. That's what happens when you look at one chart long enough. You kind of familiarize yourself to that chart. Okay, so I was trading XAU USD for the longest time, and now I just go into XAU USD. I decide whether to buy or sell. I make my I do my entry, stop loss, take profit. I key in my order. I don't even look at the screen, okay? I key in my order. Yes, I know every time we do these webinars for you guys, I always tell you guys to wait for the confirmation. I know I always say wait for the retest and the confirmation. If you have that kind of time, yes, you can go back and look, wait for the retest and the confirmation. But a lot of times I feel like I don't want trading to consume my life. So I'm okay to not wait for the confirmation. So I will put my entry, my stop loss and take profit. I put it, after I put it, I immediately forget about the trade. The next time I come back is tomorrow. So actually I only spend 1 hour trading, right? So I only spend 1 hour looking at charts. I spend 1 minute keying in my setting, my orders. I go live my life. I come back. It's either I make money or I lose money. That's all that it is. Okay, this is super, super important. I think this is a good way to not have trading consume your life. And you can sit in front of a computer 20 hours a day staring at the charts, which is what I used to do. I used to stare at the screen, and take note, right? We are in Singapore and the market opens at 9:30 p.m. here. I would stare at it from 9:30 p.m. to 4 a.m. I'll just stare at it and my eyes are so heavy and red. I'll just stare at it, and I was a lesser profitable trader than I am now. There are times where I take the test and I do 8% within 1 week, and I spend less than 1 hour on the charts, or 1 hour on the charts. Challenge did you take for my Forex? I took the $100,000 test. Okay, we are going to move on to trading psychology. Yes, that's right, Diana. I think trading, managing your risk reward is super, super important. XAU USD, I'm very heavy with XAU USD now. A lot of times, if I don't see anything on XAU USD, that's when I go and look at other charts. But if I do see something on XAU USD, then I don't. I just stick to XAU USD. I'm totally fine with taking one trade a day because I risk 1% to make at least 2 to 3%. My risk to reward is always 1 to 2 and above. Okay, there was a trade where I did 1 to 8%. That one trade alone actually passed me my test. So I actually passed my test in 1 day because risk to reward is so important. Do you spend much time analyzing the markets outside of day, just 1 hour a day? I kept it at 1 hour a day. May I ask, do you day trade? I don't see how that can work. Yes, I do day trade. Okay, I will show you guys in a bit. Thanks for asking all the questions. I hope as we go on, we can answer the question. Okay, so you need to be specific. What is your goal? Your goal needs to be achievable. It needs to be realistic. Okay, it needs to be timely. So let me give you an example. If right now you are not a profitable trader, okay, if right now you take 10 trades and you are losing 8 trades, for example, okay, you are losing 7 or 8 trades at whatever your number or your rates is, your goal right now should be realistic, as in it should be, you should work towards, you shouldn't even think about, okay, I want to make 100,000 next month. Okay, that shouldn't be your goal. Okay, your goal should be that, okay, out of 10 trades, I'm losing 7 trades. I want to work on getting to 5 trades. Okay, I want to get on losing or winning 5 trades. So out of 10 trades, my winning rate is 50%. Once you get to that, then you can say, okay, from now onwards, my winning rate, I want to move it to 70%. Currently, my winning rate at this point of time is 70%. It's about 70%. There are months I do still pass the test by winning 50% of the time. Why? Because my risk reward is 1 to 2 and above, right? So even if I'm only winning half the time, because of my risk reward, I am still winning overall. Okay, so whatever position you are right now, you need to ask yourself, like, this is trading is you against you, right? You don't have any competitors. Like, you can't lie to anyone. You can't say I'm a profitable trader if you're not a profitable trader. You can't cheat anyone. Okay, so I'll get back to that in a while, Graham. Okay. $5 a month is excellent, almost 80% a month. Yeah, my aim is 5%. I don't do 5% every month. Sometimes I do less, sometimes I do more. Okay, so there are some months that I am in negative, for sure. Okay, so it's important to first ask yourself, it's important to ask yourself, what is your position right now in trading? And your goal should be to improve your position. So to know what your position is in trading, you need to see your downfalls. That means you need to start taking notes. Out of 10 trades, how many trades am I winning and how many trades am I losing? That's number one. Number two, the second thing that you want to do is risk to reward. Risk to reward is so important, okay? If you risk 1%, your reward shouldn't be 1%. That means if you have a $100,000 account, if you risk $1,000, right? When you win, it shouldn't be $1,000, okay? It should be $2,000 and above, okay? It can be 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, but minimally try to make it 2,000, okay? There are times, I know the chart doesn't allow great risk to reward trade. I know for sure the chart is never perfect, okay? It's never perfect in trading. Your job as a trader is to try your best to make the best situation. So try your best to find 1 to 2 and above risk to reward. Honestly, there are a lot of times when I see 1-to-1 risk to reward and I don't take it, because I'm just like, I'm risking 1%, which is for $100,000 account, for example, $1,000 to make $1,000. It doesn't sound very exciting to me, so I don't take it. So there are also a lot of days where I don't trade at all, and that's totally fine. And this has everything to do with your mindset. I know people who wants to trade every second, every day. I don't know why you do that. It's not about how often you trade. It's about how often you're making money. Okay, you can trade. You can take 100 trades, and at the end of the day, still make less than the person taking only 5 trades in the entire month. Okay, so don't overtrade. Just have a plan. Okay, so your goal should be to, number one, ask yourself where you are in trading. If you're not profitable, just admit you're not profitable. It's totally fine. I was not profitable when I just joined. Okay, if you are profitable, your goal should be to, okay, like I'm making 1% now. So your goal can be, for example, okay, let's say last month you made 2% or 3%, whatever it is. Okay, your goal should be, okay, next month I want to aim to make 2% or 3% as well. Like I want to keep my standard at 2 to 3%. Okay, or if you're making, if you are negative for the last month, then your goal should be, okay, let's try to get to positive or at least break even. Okay, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Zoran. Honestly, like just change your mindset and things will change, right? It will change. Okay. Okay, so putting your plan into place. This is a rough structure of what your plan should look like. Number one, you should decide what time frame you want to go on. Your time frame depends on your lifestyle. So I am a day trader. Okay, so why am I a day trader? Because I have other things to do. I actually have other businesses running. So if you guys notice, I don't take a lot of these webinars anymore. I see you guys once in like I don't know when was the last time I saw you guys, maybe 2 months ago, right? I saw you guys 2 months ago. I only do these webinars when I can do it because I actually have other things running in the background. I am actually, yes, I'm actually prop trading. I actually have businesses running. Let me see. I am on my 4th business now. My husband and I are going to start as building our 4th business now. Okay, so trading, unless you want to be a full-time trader, that's totally fine. You choose your path, man. You decide, because trading is a one-person game. It is not a group. It is not a team sport. Okay, it is a one-person game. You decide how you want trading to dictate your life. If you want trading to be a full-time job, then you decide if you want to be a scalper, a day trader, or a swing trader. That's up to you. I am a day trader because my schedule right now allows me to come and look at the chart 1 hour or 2 hours. I do have a few hours spare in a day, and that is the time I come and look at the chart. Okay, that is the time I come and look at the chart. So I chose day trading. I am definitely not a scalper. A scalper is someone who they look at 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 15 minutes chart. Okay, that is the chart that they look at. Okay, and a lot of times, because the time frame is so small, they have to come and sit in front of the computer very often. But because I'm a day trader, I only come and sit in front of the computer 1 hour a day. If you are a swing trader, you can come and sit in front of your computer once a week. Okay, so if you are someone who you are super duper busy, your day job requires so much from you. You have 3 kids running around your house. You have young ones running around your house. Oh, by the way, I have a baby on the way, so eventually I might even need to move to swing trading. Okay, so if you are very busy, then you can choose swing trading. So you decide yourself what time frame fits your lifestyle the best. Okay, just because day trading works for me, it doesn't necessarily mean it will work for someone else who has 5 kids, or someone else who has 3 jobs, or someone else who is super busy and traveling all the time, or whatever it is. Okay, so you decide. Number 1, decide what kind of time frame you want to shoot. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, by the way, yeah. Thank you, everyone. Sorry, I didn't see all your message just coming in. Okay, I've got a question from Graham asking, so getting back to the main topic, trading, do you trade using pure TA, price action, and combination of both with fundamentals? Actually, we're going to get through the strategy at the end. Look, there's 100 ways to be profitable in trading. Same thing, there's 100 ways to get from point A to point B. You can use your train, you can use a taxi, you can use Uber, Grab, you can walk to a place, you can cycle to a place. There's 100 ways to get to A to B, okay? So there's 100 ways to be profitable in trading. Therefore, there is 100 strategies that you can use. That comes to later, where you need to decide. So trading, you need to decide a lot of things, okay? You need to decide the time frame you want to trade. You need to decide your trading style. You need to decide what you're willing to lose. You need to decide a lot of things, okay? This is all on you, okay? Nobody can hold you, can baby you and say like, no, this is how you should trade, this is how you should do it. No, just because this works for one person, it's not going to work for another person, because everyone's lifestyle is different, okay? Everyone's risk to reward is different, risk appetite is different, everything is different for everyone. So I will show you guys my strategy, but it doesn't mean this is the only strategy available in the planet, okay? I know people who only trade, I actually know a guy who only trades based on support and resistance. Like, I asked him to show me his trading strategy. He only uses support and resistance. Like, I'm just like, no way you only use support and resistance. He's like, yep. And he showed me he's making more than $100,000 US a month from trading. Okay. I also know a guy who used RSI, who used like some weird strategy. I know a guy who used gun trading. I know a guy who used my husband is an Elliott wave trader. He is a profitable trader as well. So my husband and I, we have two totally different trading style, and he's profitable, I'm profitable. So there's 2 ways to get to destination. You need to decide how you want to get to your destination. This is exactly why we have these webinars for you guys. Every week you guys come for these webinars We are teaching you different technical analysis. We are teaching you different ways of trading. You yourself decide which way you want to use. You guys notice that every week we come in, it's a different topic. There could be a week we are teaching you Ichimoku. There could be a week we're teaching you RSI. There could be a week we're teaching you Bollinger Band. There could be a week we're teaching you fundamentals. You decide which one works the best for you. Okay, because there's no one strategy that works all the time. Look, my strategy, sometimes I'm profitable. There are months where I start the month negative, and then later on I have to fight super hard to come back. Okay, my husband, he uses Elliott Wave to trade. There are months he's so profitable, he gets like 10 trades in a row correct. And then the problem with Elliott Wave is once you have a wrong wave count, you get it wrong until you find the right wave count again. Elliott Wave is super accurate if you can find the correct wave count. That's not something I can do. It requires a lot of like visualization. So it depends on your own trading style. Okay, okay, next, risk to reward, risk management. Decide how much you're willing to risk. I am always at 1%. I never go more than 1%. The most I go is at 1, 1.2, 1.3, or like, yeah, 1.2, 1.3. The most I go, I know it says 1 to 3% here, but I always, that's me, okay? If you are someone who has a bigger risk appetite, you can go 3% if you want to. Like I said, trading is an individual journey. Our job here is just to guide you, right? At the end of the day, you are still the one who has to make the decision. Okay, so you can do 3% if your risk appetite is, you know, you're a hungry person. But I always go 1%. And why? Because like I said, I think risk to reward is super important. You can risk 1%, but every time you win, you make 2% and above. You need to lose 2 times to erase your wins. Okay, so there was this one time, it's not all the time, okay? I tell you guys these stories, but these stories is not all the time. There's a one time when I did a 1 to 8% trade, and that one trade alone actually passed me the test. Okay, so that's a one time magic thing. But like, wouldn't it be great if every time you can find a 1 to 8 trade? Wouldn't it be great if you can find a 1 to 10 trade all the time? But the thing is, because the market is so huge, right? There's actually a possibility of you to find 1 to 10 trades if you are patient enough to go and like scout the whole market yourself. Okay, so you decide. I personally, I'm using 1% at all times. There are even times where I'm like, I chicken out and I do 0.5%, but I never ever pass, like I never ever touch 2%. I never even touch 1.5% before. Okay, so for me, this is a healthy range. 1 to 3% is a healthy percentage to risk, but I personally 1%. Again, guys, everything I'm sharing with you guys is my own personal journey. Okay, there is 100 profitable trader out there. I'm just sharing with you guys how, like, this is my trading style. Okay, so oops. Okay, next, how your conditions. This is your trading style. Sorry. So this is basically your trading style. How are you trading? Are you only trading trending markets? Are you trading raging market? Are you trading using Elliott Wave? Are you trading using, you decide. Okay, so you guys have been, I see so many regulars here. You guys have already learned so many TA. Okay, so the TA that I use is the one that I just think it's easy. Like I use this because I think it's easy, and it's not correct 100% of the time, but it's correct enough time to make me profitable. Okay, that's the TA that I use. Okay, how do you balance work and trading without losing balance of one another? I'm very engrossed. So that 1 hour that I'm trading, I really just focus on looking at the chart. Kevin, so I really, I only spend 1 hour a day looking at the chart. There are days, right, I'm so busy with my business, I don't even look at the chart. So yes, there are days that I don't even trade at all. There are days I don't trade at all. That means as a day trader, that means I didn't make any profit for that day, or I didn't make any loss for that day. And that's totally fine, because you don't want to force yourself, you don't want to pressure yourself to trade, right? And because if you are trading with that kind of stress and that kind of pressure, you might actually make the wrong decision as well. You might actually look at the chart, it's actually going down, but because you're so stressed, for some reason you see it going up. Okay, so that's how I balance work. For me, my business is my priority right now. That's why I do my work first, I do my business first. If I have time, which most of the time I do have time, right? I don't work, my business doesn't require 24/7, 24 hours a day from me. Okay, like sometimes I work on my business like 10 hours. For sure, I'll have 1 hour to look at the chart. So then when I have time and I'm not too tired, okay, I am not too tired and I'm not too stressed, then only I go look at the charts to make my decision. Okay, but honestly, most days I don't have a problem looking at my chart. So I do still trade most days, but there are days I'm really like so burned out, I don't trade. How do you make profit without losing your prop trading account after passing? Okay, Paul, risk management. It all comes back to risk management. If your risk management is low, if you stick at 0.5%, honestly, you need to lose 10 trades before you can lose the account. Wait, sorry, I think to lose the account, you need 12%, right? I think it's negative 12% and the prop trading companies will take your account away. You think about it, if you go at 0.5% or 1%, if you're going at 1%, you need to lose 12 trades before they take your account away. So I'm not saying it's impossible, I'm just saying it's hard. So back then, before I did the 1% thing, I used to do 3%. Actually, I think there was a point where I did 5%. I think I was so greedy back then, I did 5%. Okay, so every trade I will risk 5%. You just, at 5%, right, you only need to lose 3 trades and you lose the account. So what I'm saying is it's not that I've never lost a funded account. I have lost a funded account before. And I think it all comes back to risk management. If your risk management is strong, it's not that you won't lose your prop trading account, but it is going to be hard to lose your prop trading account, right? It's going to be hard to lose your prop trading account. So your job is to make sure you secure your trading account as much as you can, okay? Oh, sorry, Dan. I don't know if I answered you already just now. I take the $100,000 trade every time. May I ask, do you trade both trend and reversal plays, or do you have a preference? I prefer trading trend. Okay, that means I prefer trading trend. If I see it's an uptrend or downtrend, I prefer following the wave. But there are times that the market structure just does not give you a trending market. There are times where the market is just ranging. Okay, like look, in a perfect world, the market is either going uptrend or downtrend forever, but that's not how it works. Okay, so most of the time I prefer trading trending trend, but if I look at the chart and like it's just ranging, then I do still take ranging trades as well once in a while. My Forex fund and FTMO, these are the two that I am taking. Day trading is very time consuming. I don't think day trading is time consuming. It is a charting that is time consuming. Okay, so let me see how much time we have left. We have 20 more minutes left. I'm going to quickly go through this so I can show you how I can quickly get my setups every time. Okay, so you decide your strategy. This is you decide based on your lifestyle. You decide your risk appetite. You decide your strategy, what works for you. Okay, then you decide the market you want to trade. Equity, currencies, bonds, future. I personally trade XAUUSD. I am heavy on XAUUSD. Whatever I make from trading, I then move it into investment. Investment means that I put it in there. I don't take it out until I turn 60. Okay, yes. You guys must think I'm crazy, but yes, this is for my future. This is for my retirement. This is for my kids. Okay, investment can be whatever you want it to be. It can be property. It can be whatever. For me, my investment is I have property. It goes back into my business. It goes back into whatever it is. Okay, so you decide what you want to trade. Trading means that you come in and out the market. It's trading. Okay, investment means you hold it, you invest, and then yeah. Okay, so your entries, you decide. This is also this, and this goes into the same thing. It's basically your trading style. Okay, so what kind do you play? Breakouts? Do you play pullback? Do you play crossover? I personally play a lot of pullbacks. Okay, away from the market. Stop loss and take profit. This all has to do with technical analysis. Okay, so we're gonna move on. Okay, honestly, I will tell you guys this. I am showing you guys this. Okay, this is based on, ideally, you should have a trading journal. Okay, right? I'm not going to lie to you guys. Ideally, you should have a trading journal. You should know your profit and loss, and you should know blah, blah, blah. You should know how many trades you take. I personally want to have that. I don't have a trading journal, but I think if you can commit, you should have a trading journal. Okay, you should have a trading journal. But I do have one thing for sure. I know my profit and loss at all times. At all times, at any given day, you can ask me, hey, Cass, how's your trading going? I can tell you, okay, for the month of December, I am at positive 1%. Okay, I know it sounds sad because we are at the end of December. It's totally fine. At least I'm still positive. Because I'm not trading a lot, because December is holiday month, so there's not a lot of volume. Okay, so at any point of time you ask me, I can be like, oh, in November I was actually positive 8%. Okay, I actually ended July positive 3%. I actually ended this month. So at any time I know my profit and loss. Okay, that's it. I think that's the least you should know. Okay, so I actually started December. For those who are discouraged, don't be discouraged. Okay, nobody wants to lose. Nobody. I don't know a single person on this planet who likes losing. Okay, I actually started the first 2 weeks of December in negative. I was negative 3%, and it took me the last 2 weeks to come back to positive 1%. Okay, so if you are negative right now, don't even be discouraged, man. If you are negative, the only thing it's saying that is that, okay, I have room for improvement. That's all it's saying. I have room for improvement. Okay, so yes, ideally you should have a trading journal. I personally used to have one. I think it's just I don't have the discipline to go and like write down. I know there are digital ones nowadays. But on a minimal, I do know my profit and loss at all times. Okay, I do know my profit and loss at all times. Okay, okay, so I'm gonna show you guys my strategy and why I only spend 1 hour a day. Okay, so if you have been charting as long as I have, and I see a lot of regulars here, so a lot of you have probably been trading for a long time as well. This is my trading style. Again, there's 100 ways to get to A to B. Okay, there's 100 strategies out there. This is a strategy that I use. Okay, my strategy requires trend. I need to first identify uptrend or downtrend. Okay, again, don't be confused. Whatever I'm showing you guys, right, is basically whatever I am using. There is 100 profitable traders out there. I'm only sharing how I am profitable. You can go to another profitable trader and they will teach you something else. They will say, oh no, just use support resistance. Oh, just use Don Chen channel or something. I don't know how other profitable traders do it, but this is how I do it. Okay, first thing, I need trend. Oh, you guys have attended Desmond's webinar, right? His trading style is totally different from mine. He used a lot of Nike tape. I don't use Nike tape at all. Okay, I don't use Nike tape at all. I use it when I see it. I'm just like, okay, I acknowledge that it's there, but that's not my style of trading. Okay, my style of trading, I need trend. I need to see if there's an uptrend or downtrend. I hate it when it's ranging. Okay, I hate it when it's ranging. I love to see trend. I prefer seeing trend. Okay, the second, I need support resistance. Support and resistance is my bread and butter, because support and resistance works as my entry, my stop loss, and my take profit. Okay, identifying support and resistance will help you get the best entry. Okay, and then I back that with Fibonacci. I find my support resistance, and then I try to see if like there are any Fibonacci levels that drop or fall on my support resistance. If there is, that's great. And then I combine it with indicators. Okay, I combine it indicators as a confirmation, and ideally I wait for the reversal pattern candlesticks. I take you guys for a lot of webinars. I always tell you guys to wait for the reversal pattern candlesticks, but sometimes my lifestyle don't allow me to go and wait for the reversal pattern candlestick. But if you can, you should be waiting for the reversal pattern candlestick. Okay, for those who are regulars here, you know what I'm talking about. What is your favorite time frame? Okay, I'm gonna go. Do you trade with respect to volume analysis? I don't trade with volume. I do know traders who trade with volume and they are profitable, but I personally, I tried volume, maybe I don't know how to use it correctly or whatever it is, but I find this style is good for me, so I stick to this style. Okay, so I then combine it with indicators. Okay, I combine it with Ichimoku, I combine it with RSI, I combine it with stochastics, I combine it with MACD sometimes. Okay, so this is basically my trading style. I'm gonna go to the live chart. Okay, and this is what happens when you combine everything together. I look for the downtrend. There's a downtrend here. I look for support resistance. That support and resistance is gonna end up becoming my sell entry. And then, okay, this is a very random stop loss. Okay, I drew this 10 minutes before the webinar started. Okay, we're gonna go in trading view. I'll show you a better stop loss, and then I'll draw my take profit, which is usually the next support and resistance. And then if you guys have any questions, you guys have already been asking throughout the webinar, so that's great. Okay, let's go on to trading view. Let's move on to trading view so that I can show you guys how is it that I actually spend 1 hour a day. Okay, so on a normal day, okay, because I do this so often, it's like focus, look for a trend line, look for support resistance, look for Fibonacci, look for indicators. Like I have a system, I have steps. That's why I can make my analysis so quick. But of course, when we're doing the webinars, I always explain certain things. That's why we spend so long finding analysis. Okay, so this is my chart. What is your favorite time frame? Do you use 4 hours trend or look at 50 minutes? Okay, I'm gonna show you guys my normal trading style. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys my normal trading style. Okay, why I only spend 1 hour a day? Because number one, I only look at one chart. So usually I look at XAU USD, but just now because I came in, I saw USD JPY, I just charted USD JPY. First thing I do, look for trend. So like one look, everything is a 1 minute thing, you know, like it doesn't even take me 1 minute to look for trend. Honestly, it took me 5 seconds. Seriously, guys, does it take you more than 5 seconds to see that this is a downtrend? One look and you know it's a downtrend. Okay, so draw the downtrend. You find a downtrend, you draw it. Okay, one look you can identify as support resistance. There is a resistance here, it's a support turn resistance. Okay, there's another resistance here, there's a support here. Okay, that took me like 1 minute to draw. I'm going to change the name to this thing to stop loss. I'm going to change this to sell entry because it's a downtrend. I am biased that it's a sell. Okay, and then take profit. Okay, I am now going to pull up Fibonacci levels. Okay. Fibonacci levels to see the strength of the Fibonacci. More Fibonacci's lining up in the same area, the better. I don't know if you guys have ever heard this story before. It's probably not a real story, but the point of this story is important. So there was a guy who saw Da Vinci. Is Da Vinci the painter? Okay, a very famous painter. Asked him to paint a drawing. Okay, and the painter only took like 3 minutes to paint the drawing, and then the painter charged the guy like $3,000. Okay, and then the guy was like, hey, you only spent 3 minutes drawing that thing for me. Why are you charging me $3,000? Then the guy responded with, it took me 20 years to learn how to draw this in 3 minutes. So similarly, I can chart very quickly, but you need to remember I've been trading for years. Okay, so it took me 3 years to learn how to chart so quickly. On a normal day, it only takes me like 10 minutes, 15 minutes max to chart on one chart, but you need to take note, I've been charting for years. Okay, so for those who you are a bit slower, don't be discouraged. It just means you don't have enough practice. That's all it means. Okay, so now that I have my bias, I back it up with indicators. Okay, Ichimoku agrees with my analysis. Keep this clean and tidy so that when I come back later, I can know why I am biased for that sell. Okay, Ichimoku is biased because it lines up nicely with this resistance here. It lines up nicely with the 50%. Okay, I've got my analysis. I now go onto my phone. I take out my phone. It takes me 1 minute. I key in sell entry 133.923. I type it in. Stop loss 134.827 and take profit 131.061. And then I go live my life. I come back tomorrow to see if it hit. Okay, by the way, guys, this is not a real analysis. Okay, I'm just roughly showing you guys how to find an analysis. Do not take this trade. Okay, do not take this trade because I saw that Ichimoku, the conversion line, the blue line actually crossed the red, which is actually a sign of trend reversal. Okay, I'm just giving you an example how on a normal daily, on a daily basis, I would look for trend. Okay, so the time frame that I'm looking at, usually I go to daily. I look for trend. Okay, so on the daily, I can see I immediately can see a downtrend. So I see this trend line breakout. Okay, what does this trend line breakout tell me? This trend line breakout is telling me that trend has broken here. That means there is a downtrend right now. That means the bullish momentum the uptrend has lost momentum and the downtrend started already. Okay, so that's the first thing I identify. Once I get a bias on trend on the bigger time frame, I now move on to the smaller time frame. Okay, I go to the 4 hours. I look for my trade, and then sometimes I go to the 1 hour. So the time frame that I'm usually using is actually the daily and the 4 hours, and then sometimes I go to the 1 hour to if I want a closer setup. Okay, I don't know if you know what I mean, because sometimes you go on a daily and you go on the 4 hours, you can find your analysis, but price is very far. Okay, price is very far from our entry. Look, one candlestick is 4 hours. So by the time price gets to this area here, it might have been, maybe it's tomorrow already. Okay, so sometimes when I want to find a closer entry, I go to the daily, I go to the 1 hour time frame. But most of the times, because I'm not even in a rush, right? You shouldn't be in a hurry. Okay, I'm not even in a rush. I'm just like, okay, if it reaches my entry, it reaches my stop entry. If it doesn't reach my entry, then I'll come back tomorrow and see what. Okay, so yes, I religiously count my 1%. Until today, I still religiously count my 1%. So Desmond, you guys have attended Desmond's webinars, right? Desmond will look at me every time and be like, why are you manually counting the 1% when there's so many calculators out there, there's so many trading calculators, there's so many like MT4 program or whatever that can actually calculate lot size for you. Then I'm just like, okay, this is how I like it. Okay, don't judge me. Okay, so I still manually calculate my lot sizes. What is your time frame? So the time frame I look is daily and 4 hours. You trade with a volume analysis and then assume you don't believe in the Wipkoff method. It's not that I don't believe in the Wipkoff method, Graham. I'm saying that there are many methods out there. I don't go out and try all of them. I just stick to the one that has been working for me. So this is the one that has been working for me. I'm sure the Wipkoff method works. Graham, I think you need to understand that I'm not saying that there's only one way to trade. There's many, many ways to trade, okay? That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that there's many, many ways to trade. Today's webinar, I'm just showing you my way of trading, okay? So there are many, many methods out there. I am sure the many methods out there also work, okay? But I am only showing you the method that I use that has been working for me, okay? So yes. What time frame I'm using? Okay, I already answered that. I still manually do that. As a management physics teacher, can I access frequent in nature but human activity trading does not sit? Well, I think so far it's okay. I don't think Fibonacci is perfect. I don't think it's perfect, but it's good enough that it makes I am profitable. Okay, if one day I'm using a strategy that is profitable, okay, so I'm using a strategy that's profitable, I keep using it, right? I'm profitable, like maybe for example in January I was super profitable. Suddenly in February I keep using the same strategy that I was using in January, but suddenly I'm not profitable anymore. It's totally fine, because you know why? There is no one strategy out there that fits one market. Okay, there is no one strategy that works every single time. Okay, there is no one strategy that fits every single time. What annual returns we should ideally target for in a year? Okay, for my trading style, every month I try to aim for 5%. Okay, minimally. But because it's an aim, there are a lot of months I don't get it. Okay, there are months like December, I'm ending the month with positive 1%, and that's totally fine. Okay, so I think your aim, you shouldn't have like a fix, like, okay, every month I need to end the month in 10%, because I know people who set unrealistic targets for themselves, and it's coming towards the end and they realize they haven't hit their target, and then they do ridiculous things like up their lot sizes and things like that. Okay, so instead, a better goal to have is to actually increase your winning rate. Okay, after I focused on increasing my winning rate rather than like, okay, I must end the month in 10%, I realized trading has become less stressful for me. Okay, and it became more natural. Okay, for scalping, I'm aiming for many trades with smaller TP. How should I calculate the accumulative risk to reward ratio, since each day by itself has big stop loss in order to have already for the trade evolved into my direction? Okay, in that case, okay, you should focus on, okay, to tighten your stop loss, right? So the difference with stop loss placement is how accurate you are at the reversal. So please don't take this trade, okay, guys? I'm just showing you a rough idea of how I would send my analysis. Okay, ideally, what we want to happen right now is price to come here and reverse, right? Okay, if this really happens, you can put your stop loss here. You can put your stop loss right here, and you will still win the trade, right? So if your problem is that you always need a big stop loss to win the trade, your problem is that your entries are not the best. Okay, so if you realize that you have a problem, that's your goal is to identify where your issue is. Okay, if you notice your issue is that you like to over leverage, you need to work on a trading psychology. If you notice that your stop loss, the only time you ever win trades is like if you put your stop loss here. That's the only time you ever win trades. Then your problem is that your entry is not the best that it can be. So you should work on defining your entry. And how do you work on defining your entry? You should, Fibonacci is a good way. I find that Fibonacci and support resistance is a very good way to identify very good entries. Okay, so right now, I'll give you guys an example. For this chart, I do see two resistance. Okay, so that means when I see two resistance, it also means that there's a chance that price will not come here and reverse. There's a chance price might come to this resistance and reverse. Okay, that's why I put my stop loss some above here. So in the event that it comes to this area and does not reverse, ideally, I'm giving it a bit of breathing space to come to this area and reverse instead. But if you need to put your stop loss here for your trade to work, your stop loss, you need to put it super far away from your entry so that your trade works. It just means that you need to work on trying to get better entries. Okay, that things that I think can help with better entries is support resistance backed with Fibonacci and backed with indicators. Okay, so that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you learned something. I hope, if anything, it helps you grow your account and helps you grow in your trading. Okay, Again, I'm not saying that my way of trading is the only way of trading. I know so many traders that have different styles of trading from me, and they are profitable as well. There are a lot of traders more profitable than me. There are a lot of traders who are less profitable than me, and they're all using different strategies. Whatever I'm showing you guys and whatever we show you guys every week when you attend these webinars are different strategies, and you guys decide for yourself which one works the best for you. This is the strategy that we like to use here at Everest, and this strategy that I find has been working for me. So there are actually times, what annual return should we ideally target as our goal? But it's very hard to answer you, because I don't think you should be focusing on a fixed target. I think you should be focusing on getting your win rate to improve. So to answer your question, other than, okay, because I'm taking tests, right, that requires me to hit 8 or 10%, my trading style is totally different. Okay, when I am taking the test, I'm totally different than my normal trading. My normal trading style is very conservative. I only go 1%, I blah, 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 I only do this. My trading style when I'm taking the test, because there's a fixed, like within 30 days, you need to do 10%. It gives me a lot of stress, and it makes me force myself to trade every day. So whenever I'm taking these prop trading tests, right, I do try to trade every day. It means that I do try to trade 22 days a month, because there's 22 days working days in a month. But times that I'm not taking the test, like right now, I paused my test already. Okay, right now I'm not taking any tests. Okay, I paused my 7 tests. I am only in the funded account. So the funded account is great. There's no pressure. There's no time limit. There's no like you need to hit 10% this month. Okay, when I am trading with no stress and no unrealistic targets, this is how I trade. I do 1%, I risk 1%, I find my setup, I trade 1 hour a day. Okay, otherwise when I'm taking my test, it's super stressful, and it's super this like, oh my god, you're running out of time and you are only at 4%. You need to hit 8% within the month. Okay, so I don't think that's very healthy way of trading. But when you are taking a test, then of course you need to trade that way. If not, you're not going to pass. But otherwise, your daily trading style should be very relaxed. Okay, it shouldn't be so stressful. Okay, it shouldn't be so stressful. You shouldn't have a target like oh, this year I want to make 50% from trading. From my $100,000 account, my $100,000 account, I need to make 50,000 this year. No, there's no such thing. I just let it naturally move. At the end of the year, so at the end of the year, end of the year is coming, right? I will tabulate how much I made every month, and then I will see my profit and loss. And next year, I'll be like, oh, okay, so last year I ended with 20%. This year, maybe I can try to aim for 25%. Okay, so to answer your question, your ideal target should be better than last year. Okay, that should be your ideal target, better than last year. Okay, it's not a competition. Trading is you against you. It's not a team sport. Like, yeah, so don't pressure yourself in that way. Okay, thank you guys. Please work on your trading psychology. For those who need help, please go read trading psychology books. They will really help. Reminiscence of a Stock Operator is very good. It's a very, very good book. Please work on your trading psychology. Trust me, work on trading psychology, work on your discipline, and then your trading will improve. Okay, don't think that you go work on your technical analysis and your trading will improve. You can learn all the technical analysis you want in the world, but if you're not going to follow through with the discipline, you're still not going to make money. Trust me. Okay, I'll see you guys soon. Hopefully I'll be doing a webinar for you guys again soon. Happy New Year, everyone, and Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I'll catch you guys again. Thanks everyone for attending webinar. See you guys again soon. Bye.